So let's make a half-cut memory book, okay? What you'll note with the half-cut memory books is they come together at a central point. They're very much like the yin and yang symbol where they meet in that middle, okay? So what we've already done is we've already taken 2 sheets of black cardstock and we've cut it so that we've got a long leg section here, okay? So what you need to do is you need to take your scissors and just come down to that little horizontal cut line and take the waste away. And we're going to do that on them both. Going to come down to that little line. And we've now got, as you can see, the yin and the yang that meet in the middle. Okay, now we need to complete this horizontal cut. So this is where your super trimmer comes in. I would not be without this gadget, because without this I would not be able to do a lot of the memory books, because it allows me to do a precise cut from a certain location, where with the guillotine it has to be a whole cut line. With this it doesn't. So what I do is I bring that little line up so that I'm parallel with the top of my scoreboard and I've got my cut line and I can visually see it. And then I just come up with my blade and chop off that bit. Turn it round and do the same on the other side. Put your blade just in there and take off that excess. And you can do that on them both. So let's place that onto there. And the same on the other side. And that there is really the beginning of your book. So what do we need for the book? All books have got pages. Yeah. Now if you are only using the half cut range, you can use the nesting dies that come with it, which are those ones there. You can use those as your pages, okay? But if you have got My Life's Journey, you can use those as well, and it elongates then the usage of your mat and layers. So My Life's Journey is this one here, okay? So I do have the pack front so that you can see what it looks like. So that's what My Life Journey looks like, okay? And this is the largest die. But what you'll note is the die only cuts on 3 sides, and it's a different shape to that one, okay? So we need to make this rounded edged all the way round. So the way to do that is rotate your die round, bring it so that it's level at the bottom, just give it a little bit of persuasion. It can be a little bit fiddly, but then also make sure that it's locked onto the side. Now if it's locked onto the side there, it means it's going to cut perfectly, because you don't want any little excess bits coming off. So let's run that through. We're going to make a 3-page book, okay? So take that through. I'm going to take that away. You can see we've actually rounded off that flat edge, so we've now got the rounded shape, and I've got 6 of those, okay? So let's just put those to one side. Let's bring in our book again. So this is the beginning of that book, so let me just move that out of the way. Let me bring my scoreboard in. Now what you need to do is you need to put a score line in. And you need to put a score line in somewhere here. And I say somewhere here because if you're wanting to put more pages in and you're wanting your design to come further across, you can elongate this arm section. That's entirely up to you. But if you want to make an 8x8 book, you're going to butt that right up into the corner and you're going to score down at your 10cm line. And that is going to give you your crease to bring that front section in. So place that on there, down the 10cm line, and that has given you your yin and yang at the front. Okay, So we want to have a spine in here. You don't have to use a spine, but with a spine, I feel it gives you a really good quality finish. Now this here is going to be this side of my book, so my spine can't be any bigger than that. And when I'm making the spine, I place it on there and I bring it in 1 centimetre from that side and 1 centimetre from that side, and just chop off the excess, because then when we put the pages in, it means that the spine is actually hidden within the page and you don't see it. So let's place that onto there. Let's put that through. I'm going to change this to a 2-page book, I've decided. So I'm just going to chop that one off there. So let's make this spine up. So we're going to fold that one, and we're going to take the tape away. So fold that back on itself now. So we've got one upright. We're going to do the next one. Oops. And we're going to fold that one. And this is going to give me my 2-page spine to go into my book. Now the more uprights, the more mounting folds you do on this, it will tend to curl like a fish. You know those fishes we used to get in Christmas crackers when you used to stroke them, and they used to end up really, really curly? That's what this will end up like. So the more you put on, you need to flatten it. So just get some extra tape, put some tape on the back and stick it on an extra piece of cardstock, and that'll stop it from curling, okay? And it's easier to stick down then. But because we've only got 2, we don't need to. So I'm now going to take my tape, and I'm going to add my tape onto that spine. Take it away. Come on. It will come off. There we go. And then that one on that side. And then we're going to centralize this here. Okay, so I take that edge right up there. Now if you want a bigger gap between your front page and your cover, then all you do is bring this further down. Yeah, you decide how wide you want it to be. So I'm going to go in there, and I'm centralized it at either side. So we need to add another emboss line for this to fold. So let's bring the scoreboard back in. I'm going to line this up because I want to take measurements as I do it. So I'm going to cut, I've lined it up to the 10 centimetre, that's where that first score line is, on that 10 centimetre line. So I'm going to come across and I'm going to score at 14 centimetres. So I'm going to do the same now with the other one. I'm going to line it up to my 10 centimetre and I'm going to score it at 14. So that now that's the same width as the one that's got the spine, because you can, if you want to, have a spine on the other side, so everything comes down and stacks on top of each other, just a different way. So we're going to fold on those 4 lines, and can you see now how this is going to cross over in that middle segment and come and be our yin and yang? So how do we get the back panels in? So let's take the back panel. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to use wet adhesive this time. So take your wet adhesive and put it all over that back panel. Take your matting layer, make sure you've got the right side, and you're going to centralise that on there, and you're just going to place your fingers at that top edge, because you can then feel if you need to pull it back to get it equal. So that's one side. Your other side, exactly the same principle. Place your adhesive on there, and exactly the same. The only difference is you've got to line up those middle bits. So line up that middle, and then just hold your fingers so you know that you're level. So that is now a back panel, so we need to reinforce that. So this is going to go onto there, so that hides all that mechanism in there, so you can't actually see those joins. Let's just bring that and line that up. So you can see now that we've got 600 GSM there, so it's really sturdy. But now we want to be able to put our pages in, and these are so easy. So take your red liner tape and run your red liner tape. Come back. Put your red liner tape just in the middle segment. Okay? And you're going to do that on them all. So just like so. So I'm putting my tape on the wrong side of the die as well. So it's going to go into there. And let's turn that one back over into there. And now your first one is really, really easy to put in, because all you do is take your tape away and you're going to centralise this now. So I get down to this, okay, because when I'm putting this together, I'm actually eyeballing that side and that side of the die cut. So by eyeballing those sides, it means I can get my page in exactly the right place. Okay, your next one that goes on, you're going to stick this to the back of that one. So you can now decide whether you want a top loading pocket or a side loading pocket as well. Now if you want a side loading pocket, all you're going to do is put your adhesive on the side like that. You're going to take this and you're going to offer it up at the top first. So offer it up and balance it down, and then just push it into your spine, and that's your first page. Rinse and repeat, do exactly the same again. So place this one onto here, so eyeball the sides so that they're right, press into your spine, take that off there, put your adhesive on there, offer it up to the top, and then just follow it down. So now you have got a 2-page half-cut memory book. Now, questions were asked. What weight of cardstock should we use? I highly recommend between a 270 and a 300 GSM. And so many of you have been saying, well, I can't get 300 GSM. Look what I've got. This is going to be available the end of next month. So we're going to have it in 3 different colours. And this is going to be your 300 GSM Making Memories paper stock. Bye!